It's June 10th, 2025, and today we've got Bitcoin roaring back above $108,000, altcoins racing ahead, and big macro and institutional narratives powering it all. Let's dive in. Here's where we stand right now. Bitcoin is hovering around $108.6 thousand, down slightly from its intraday high near $110.3 thousand. Ethereum's trading around $2,736, up from a low of $2,530. These moves set the stage for some interesting shifts across the market. Bitcoin surged roughly 3 to 3.5% today, briefly tapping above 110,000. Analysts caution that the rally lacks a strong catalyst. Price now trades 3% below the record high, near 112,000. With trade tensions between the US and China and mixed US economic data, Bitcoin needs new momentum. Interestingly, prediction markets give Bitcoin an 82% chance of smashing its all-time high before July 1st, according to Cointelegraph.com. And, top figures like Cathie Wood and Tom Lee remain ultra-bullish. ARK says Bitcoin could hit $1.5 million by 2030, and Fundstrat is calling for $150,000 by the end of 2025, as reported by news.com.au. These rallies have lifted most altcoins. Ethereum is up around 7 to 9%, XRP about 2 to 2.5%, and Solana is up roughly 4 to 5%, according to CoinEdition.com and Barron's.com. But some smaller players are stealing the spotlight. Indonesian data shows Axelar up nearly 88%, Zeta up 38%, and Miria nearly 35% in just 24 hours, according to Pintu.co.id. That's honestly some huge volatility driving fast speculative gains. Still, caution is definitely warranted here. James Wynn warns that Bitcoin needs to hit somewhere between $120,000 and $140,000 before a true alt season can really begin. He argues that a lot of altcoins are actually over-leveraged right now. So what's fueling this? Let's break it down. When it comes to institutional inflows and ETFs, spot Bitcoin ETF flows remain strong, and that's really pushing capital into the crypto space. So, let's talk about the regulatory backdrop and stablecoin clarity. We're actually seeing a more crypto-friendly environment in the United States, and developments like potential UK crypto ETN approvals are really helping overall sentiment. Now, looking at the macro tides, markets are starting to price in a possible Federal Reserve rate cut this July. Plus, declines in trade tension and those inflation jitters have eased up, which is definitely giving risk-on assets a bit of a lift. Moving on to corporate treasuries, major corporates like MicroStrategy are continuing to buy Bitcoin for their reserves. Right now, MicroStrategy holds 582,000 BTC, which is nearly 3% of the total supply. And yeah, more firms are joining in as well. So, let's talk forecasts and what to watch, because honestly there's a lot happening in the market right now. So, if Bitcoin manages to break that $112,000 to $120,000 level, it could, really open the door to a full-blown alt season. That's according to a bunch of sources like finance magnates, Finger Lakes One, and CoinEdition. But, hey, there are definitely risks. Overexposure in those smaller altcoins could spark some pretty sharp price corrections if sentiment suddenly turns. And on top of that, a quick reversal in global trade or some hawkish comments from the Fed could totally stall the momentum. On the regulatory side, it's smart to keep an eye on US policy. While the UK is reviewing ETNs, the US SEC, under its current chair, has signaled that we might see more clarity around stablecoins and custody. That could, honestly, draw even more capital into the space. So, yeah, that's the pulse of crypto today. Bitcoin sitting near record highs, broad altcoin strength, all fueled by institutional flows and easing macro pressures. But always gotta be mindful of those risks. Let me know in the comments. What are your target levels for Bitcoin, and what are your top altcoin picks? And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you can stay ahead in this fast-paced market. See you tomorrow.